Welcome, dreamers, to a new episode, and welcome back if this is your first time here. Tonight, we're diving into a cozy tale with our bedtime storyteller. Picture this, a charming little village where time drips like rain on windows. Here, one special man crafted clocks that slowed everything down, creating a world of pure stillness. This is the enchanting story of the Clockmaker of Quiet Hours. And now let's meet our storyteller. You live in a world of ticking clocks and hurried moments. But what if there was a place where time whispered instead of ticked? That's exactly what I want to share with you tonight. Let's begin. In the heart of France, nestled amidst rolling hills and vineyards, lay the town of Besançon, famous for its watchmaking since the Middle Ages. It was here. In the 18th century, amidst the rhythmic chime of 1,000 workshops, lived a man named Matthew. He wasn't just any clockmaker. He was the keeper of quiet hours, the man who tamed time. His clocks were different. While others measured hours in precise, jarring ticks, his ticked softly, almost imperceptibly. When you held one of his clocks, you didn't just feel the passage of time, you became part of it. His clocks whispered stories in the rustle of their gears, tales of timeless moments, of lives lived and loved. But how did this man bend time to his will? How did he turn the relentless tick-tock into a soft susurrus? The answer lay in the cobbled streets, hushed gardens, and sleepy corners of Bedtime. These were the sounds that inspired Matthew, the gentle lull of life's quiet moments. He captured these whispers in his clocks, bottling the essence of calm in every tick. One day, a woman entered his shop. Her eyes, red-rimmed and hollow, spoke of sleepless nights and endless grief. Her husband, a soldier, had fallen in battle, leaving her alone in a world that seemed to mock her sorrow with its relentless ticking. She wanted to buy a clock, but not one that measured time. She wanted a clock that could stop it, even for a moment's respite from the echoing silence of her home. Matthew understood her pain. He saw in her the reflection of his own loss, the echo of a wife who had left him too soon. He took her to a corner of his shop, untouched by light, where an ornately carved wooden box lay hidden. He opened it, revealing a clock unlike any other. Its hands were frozen, its pendulum still. This was no ordinary clock. It was a keeper of silence, designed not to measure time, but to hold it still. He presented it to the widow. "This clock," he said, his voice as soft as the falling dust, "will bring you peace, for in its stillness you will find solace." She looked at the clock, then at Matthew, her eyes questioning. He smiled gently. "Wind it up," he said, "and when the hands move, let them be your guide." She took the clock home, placed it in her husband's empty chair, and wound it up. The hands moved, not in a rush, but in a slow, graceful arc, each tick a soft whisper against the backdrop of her grief. The clock guided her through her sorrow, teaching her to find moments of peace amidst the memories. Slowly, she began to smile again, to laugh again, to live again, all thanks to the gentle rhythm of the clock of stillness. News of Matthew's unique clocks spread far and wide, drawing people from distant lands, not to buy timepieces, but to steal moments of tranquility. One such person was a young mother. Her son, a restless dreamer, couldn't sleep. Each night he'd toss and turn, his dreams filled with nightmares that haunted his waking hours. She approached Matthew, her voice heavy with worry. "My son needs help," she said, "to find peace in his dreams, to conquer the shadows that plague him." Matthew, moved by her plight, crafted a special clock for the boy. It was smaller than the others, shaped like a bird, its wings delicately painted with scenes from the boy's favorite stories. When the child saw it, his face lit up with wonder. That night, the clock stood guard beside his bed, its gentle ticking weaving tales of bravery and hope. The boy slept soundly for the first time in months, his dreams filled with the comforting lullaby of the clockwork nightingale. From then on, the clock became his protector, chasing away the nightmares and bringing sweet dreams. Many came to Matthew seeking solace, a stolen moment, a hushed lullaby. There was the old man who wanted to relive the quiet evenings of his youth, the lovers who sought a peaceful moment amidst the chaos of their lives, and the weary traveler who just needed a moment of rest. Each person found what they were looking for in the gentle embrace of Matthew's clocks, and each clock, with its soft ticking, became a keeper of secrets, a silent witness to the stories of those who sought the Clockmaker of Quiet Hours. Now, as the sun set over Besançon, casting long shadows across the town, the bells of St. John's Cathedral began to chime. It was midnight. The people were going about their evening routines, unaware of the magic that unfolded under the cloak of darkness. For, as the last chime echoed into the night, Matthew, the Clockmaker of Quiet Hours, completed his masterpiece. It was a large clock, ornately carved and intricately designed, its face adorned with scenes of the night sky, complete with moving constellations that mirrored the heavens above. But this clock was no ordinary timepiece. It chimed not in the ears of the living, but in the dreams of the sleeping, weaving tales of faraway lands and forgotten magic. Its chimes were the language of dreams, understood only by the sleeping heart. As the clock chimed, the entire town was enveloped in a blanket of hushed whispers. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath, captivated by the melody of dreams. And as the melody swelled, carrying with it the scent of lavender fields and distant stars, the people of Besançon slept peacefully, their dreams filled with the magic of the clockmaker's final creation. The clock chimed on, its melody intertwining with the dreams of lovers, children, the elderly, and the weary, carrying them to realms where time stood still and the only sound was the gentle chime of a clock that sang only in dreams. Beside the clock sat Matthew, his heart full, his hands gnarled with age and wisdom. He listened to the music he'd created, a smile gracing his lips. He knew that as long as the clock chimed, the people of Besançon would never truly be alone, for in their dreams they were always accompanied by the gentle lullaby of the Clockmaker of Quiet Hours. And so, the legend of Matthew, the Clockmaker of Quiet Hours, continued to echo through the ages, carried on the whispers of the wind, the rustling of leaves, and the soft ticking of clocks that sang only in dreams. His story, a reminder that sometimes all we need is a moment of peace, a lullaby to calm our worries, and a clock to guide us through the quiet hours. Now, dear dreamers, I invite you to join the conversation. What would you whisper to the Clockmaker of Quiet Hours? And what stories do you want to hear next? Share your thoughts below and let your imagination wander through the realms of dreams. And until we meet again next time, may the quiet hours bring you peace and the melody of dreams guide you through the stillness of the night. Thank you and see you soon.